Every night, millions of older adults wake up around 3 or 4 in the morning, staring at the ceiling in silence, wondering, why now? Why every night? And what's wrong with me? But what if that moment, those dark, still minutes before dawn, aren't a mistake? What if your body is trying to tell you something important, something deeper than just sleep disruption? As a doctor with decades of experience, I want to walk you through this. You won't just learn why this happens, you'll come away knowing how to finally fix it. Stay with me to the end. Picture this. You fall asleep fine, maybe even faster than usual, but then, boom, your eyes pop open. The house is silent. You glance at the clock. 3:07 a.m., same time as yesterday and the night before. You're not dreaming, you're just awake. You try turning over, fluffing the pillow, pulling the blanket tighter. Nothing works, your mind starts racing. Let me explain why this happens, starting with the biology. Around 3 a.m., your body begins a hormonal shift. Melatonin, the hormone that keeps you asleep, is declining. At the same time, cortisol, the hormone that helps you wake up, is just beginning to rise. It's like your brain is testing the brakes before releasing them, but in some people, that shift happens too early or too abruptly. That's when you wake up. For older adults, this becomes even more pronounced. As we age, melatonin production drops naturally. That means your sleep becomes lighter, easier to disturb. Combine this with medical conditions like arthritis, bladder issues, or even medications that affect REM cycles, and you have a perfect storm for middle-of-the-night awakenings. But it's not just hormones. Your blood sugar might be involved too. If you eat a sugary snack or drink alcohol too close to bedtime, your blood sugar rises and then crashes, often right around 3 a.m. That sudden drop triggers adrenaline and cortisol, waking you up. For many people, simply changing what they eat before bed can drastically reduce these wake-ups. Now let's talk about your mind. The early hours of the morning between 3 and 5 a.m. are when the rational part of your brain is still half asleep, but your emotional center, the amygdala, is wide awake. That's why everything feels worse at 3 a.m. Financial worries, regrets, fears, they all seem louder, heavier, more urgent in the dark. It's not just you, it's how the brain works. And then there's something even more fascinating. Traditional Chinese medicine teaches that each organ is most active during certain hours of the day and night. Between 1 and 3 a.m., it's the liver. From 3 to 5 a.m., it's the lungs. These organs are linked not just to physical functions, but emotional ones, like grief, anger, or unresolved trauma. So when you wake up at 3:30 a.m., your body might literally be trying to process emotional tension stored in these organs. You may be thinking, okay, I get it, but what do I do about it? Here's the part that matters most. Fixing this isn't about pills. It's about retraining your body and mind to return to its natural rhythm. And that starts hours before bedtime. Here's what I recommend to my patients. First, design your evening to prepare for sleep. Turn off bright lights at least an hour before bed. Avoid screens. They emit blue light that suppresses melatonin. Read something calming. Listen to soft music. Signal to your brain that it's time to slow down. Second, cut out late-night sugar and alcohol. These might feel relaxing, but they actually disturb your blood sugar and interfere with deep sleep. Instead, opt for a light protein snack around 8 p.m. Something like a small bowl of oatmeal, a piece of turkey, or a handful of almonds. Third, journal. I cannot stress this enough. Write down what's on your mind. The act of getting thoughts out of your head and onto paper can significantly reduce midnight anxiety. You don't need to write an essay. Just note your thoughts, fears, plans, anything that clutters your mind. Fourth, consider your sleep environment. Is your room too warm? Too cold? Do outside noises creep in? Try blackout curtains, white noise, eye masks. Older adults are more sensitive to these subtle sleep saboteurs. A quiet, cool, dark room can make all the difference. And lastly, don't panic when you wake up. That's the trap. You wake, check the clock, and think, oh no, not again. That stress floods your system with adrenaline and makes it even harder to sleep. Instead, accept it. Get out of bed, sip some water, breathe deeply, or read a page or two of a dull book. Don't scroll your phone. Don't stimulate your brain. Let me tell you about someone I know. Alan, a 72-year-old retired engineer. He came to me completely exhausted. Every night he woke up at 3:22 a.m. and stayed awake for hours. We adjusted his evening meals. I asked him to stretch lightly and journal before bed. He didn't think it would work, but after 2 weeks he was sleeping through till 6 a.m. He told me, it wasn't about fixing my sleep. It was about understanding my body. The truth is, waking up at 3 a.m. isn't just a problem to solve. It's a message. Your body is speaking. It might be asking you to eat differently, to process something emotional, to breathe better, or to simply listen more closely. This is the part no one talks about. We spend our days in noise and distraction, but at 3 a.m., the world is silent. And sometimes that silence is the only time your body can whisper the truth. So next time you wake up at 3:14 a.m., don't panic. Don't curse your age or your body. Just listen, breathe, maybe even smile. Because that wake-up call might be the first step toward healing. Not just sleep, but something deeper. And if this message helped you, pass it on. Because you're not alone. Millions wake up each night scared and confused. But now you know better. Now you understand. And sometimes understanding is the most powerful medicine of all. Good night. And if you wake, wake wisely. Waking up at 3 a.m. every night, you're not broken. It's something millions of people, especially older adults, go through. And while it feels frustrating, there's a reason behind it. Your body isn't failing you. In fact, it's trying to tell you something. Hormones, blood sugar, and even emotional stress can all play a part. Once you understand that, things begin to make a lot more sense. Your sleep has a rhythm, and sometimes that rhythm gets disrupted. Around 3 a.m., melatonin goes down and cortisol rises. That's normal, but for some, the shift is too early or too intense. Add in aging, health conditions, or a snack that messes with blood sugar, and your sleep cycle gets knocked off track. What feels like a mystery is really your body doing its job, just a little out of sync. Your mind plays a role too. In the early morning, the emotional part of your brain is more active than the logical part. That's why worries hit harder in the dark. And if you're carrying emotional weight, grief, anger, or stress, your body may be trying to process that while you sleep. Even ancient traditions recognize this. Those early hours are deeply connected to emotion and energy. So what can you do? Small changes, big impact. Prepare for sleep. Dim the lights, avoid screens, and wind down gently. Eat smart, no sugar or alcohol late at night. Journal before bed. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. And if you wake up, don't fight it. Stay calm. Breathe. Let your body settle again. And remember, waking up isn't the problem. It might be a message. The silence at 3 a.m. isn't just empty space. It's your body, your mind, and maybe even your heart trying to speak. Listen, respect it. Work with it, not against it. Healing your sleep might just begin with understanding yourself a little better.